Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of MMTV, where we talk about music and movie reviews and news. My name's Christian. Welcome. Today we're here to talk about American Beauty, American Psycho, the new album from former punk pop giants Fall Out Boy. I say former because, you know, they're not pop punk anymore at all. Before you guys all start jumping on me and saying I'm just hating on this record and I'm hating on Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy is the band that got me into music. They're the band that made me start a band. They're the band that made me want to play music live. The first album I ever bought, first concert I ever went to. I've loved everything they've ever done, including all their demos and all their B-sides and everything that they've ever released. I've loved it all. Then we come to this album, which is the only one that on first listen I didn't want to listen to it ever again. The album starts off with Irresistible, which is a good start to the record. It's the same impact it had on me as Phoenix did. It's a huge anthemic song, using, instead of strings this time, it's using horns, which is fine. Like, it's a good song, and it's in your head after 2 listens, and you know all the words to the chorus after the first time you hear it, and it's a great song. One thing I will say about this record is there are a lot more guitars on it than were in, say, rock and roll. You can hear the guitars a lot more, which is awesome because it gives me a little bit of hope that we'll hear more and more guitar as they go on. So, Irresistible, great song, lack of guitars, but it's a good start to the record. And then it goes from that into American Beauty, American Psycho, the title track of this record. That shows me what they think of this song, which they think this song's amazing, but I think it's the worst thing they've ever done. It is by far the worst song Fall Out Boy had ever put out there. It's not a Fall Out Boy song. Ever. Nobody would consider that a Fall Out Boy song. People would consider that a really shit Metro Station song. And Metro Station songs are shit. So that's saying something if it's a shitty version of a Metro Station song. First time I heard this song, it took me probably 2 months to listen to this song in full. It got I'd get up to the second chorus and I'd switch it off because I knew it wasn't going to change. This song, man, it's horrible. Usually when Fall Out Boy go in a more electronic direction, Patrick's vocals save it, as they do for the rest of the record. But his vocals are even bad in this, man. It's just, fuck. What happened? In my copy of American Beauty, American Psycho, in my iTunes, that song is no longer in the album. It is now a 10 track. So, there's that. Then we move on to Centuries. That's the first song all of us heard from this record, and this made me so excited because it was better than anything on Save Rock and Roll. Everything. I loved Save Rock and Roll, but this song was better than everything on it. You could hear guitars. Patrick's vocals were fucking amazing. And it's a great song, has a great music video. The lyrics are great, the sample of Tom Steiner is amazing. And every time I've seen them perform it live, in the recordings, they do it really well. So yeah, Century's a great song. Then we got The Kids Are On Alright, which is a great, slow, anthemic pop rock song. It's a great song, and I love it. I love the whistling in the beginning. Patrick's vocals, of course, as always, minus one time, are perfect. It's a great song. Then we move on to another shit song called Uma Thurman, which is the second worst song Fall Out Boy ever written. My favourite song from this record is probably Novocaine. And yeah, it's one of the more poppy songs in the album, but the chorus is huge. Patrick has the notes he's hitting in that chorus are so huge. It has a sample at the beginning that reminds me of Black Skinhead by Kanye West, but a more toned down, more musical type. And Novocaine is a great song. The lyrics are awesome. Patrick's vocals, as always, are completely awesome, and it's definitely in my top 3 songs of the album. And then the rest of the record is kind of hit and miss. 4th of July, favorite record. Like 4th of July, the melody is really good, and the chorus is really good. But other than that, it wouldn't bother me if they'd never released those tracks ever. Like it just hurts their reputation in my head. It does. And then we move on to the last 2 tracks of the record. The first time I heard Immortals was the Big Hero 6 version, which I didn't really like. There were no guitars in it, it was all electronic, and I didn't expect it to be on the record. When they said it was for Big Hero 6, I thought, oh, it didn't bother me that it was poppy, it didn't bother me that it had no guitars, and that it was so aimed at top 40, because I thought it's for a kids movie. Bring Me the Horizon released a track called Don't Look Down, which is completely electronic, and it has rapping in it, but it was made for a movie, and it has nothing to do with their new record coming out this year. So I thought it was that. And then when I saw it in the track listing, I got really disappointed because I'd already heard American Beauty, American Psycho, and I thought, okay, this isn't going to be good. Fast forward, and listening to Immortals for the first time, it's one of my favorites, for sure. The guitars in it are awesome. You can't fault Patrick's stump on this record. He may have had a huge influence on the electronic part, and I think he has. I think Pete and Patrick, both having their electronic side projects in Fall Out Boy's hiatus, has really damaged Fall Out Boy's sound. But there is hope. There is hope, because the last track on the album, Twin Skeletons, Hotel in New York City, that track could have been off Fall You Do. As a bit of backtracking, this is my list of Fall Out Boy albums in order. It goes Infinity on High, Fall You Do, Take This to Your Grave, From Under the Cork Tree, Save Rock and Roll, American Beauty, American Psycho. Twin Skeletons could have been on Fall You Do for sure. It is an amazing experimental rock song. It is a rock song. It's got little bits of electronic flavour in there, which is the Fall Out Boy want to go a little bit more electronic. That's the way they should do it. They should keep what made them the band they are and add little bits of electronic flavour, like they do in Immortals, like Centuries, like they do in Rat-a-Tat off Savin' Rock and Roll. That's the kind of thing they should be doing, and Twin Skeletons is for sure my favourite track on the album. It just brings me back and makes me go, maybe the Fall Out Boy I fell in love with are still there. So that's my review of Fall Out Boy. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll be back for more videos in the next week or so.